Hello. Hello. So, I'm gonna go through and give you a Dungeon Master, Game Master's take on the new D&D movie. Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. So, let's get into it. Let's see what I think. That is a lot. That is a lot. They're just gonna throw all that right at us. And that is also very loud. So let me adjust the volume. Alright. So, we did see a lot of action to get us started. That's always good. There's usually a lot of combat in Dungeons and Dragons. So, we're always talking about the story and the interactions. A lot of it is combat, because that's sort of the grounding of the whole world. So, let's go.
Here's the thing. We're a team of thieves. And when you do this, you're bound to make enemies. Sometimes those enemies come looking for
definitely the
revenge.
loots. Okay, well, that's a very big battle for D&D.
Truth be told, we hope...
Okay, I have to stop, because it's definitely D&D trope armor. You can actually see rivets in what should be, like, brigandine. So, I have to point that out. But that's a normal thing in D&D, because they made studded leather a thing. It's actually not a thing at all. At all. So, yes, not a thing, though you'll see it a lot in a lot of fantasy trope stuff. Also, that pin looks a lot like a Harper pin. Is he a Harper? Is this Forgotten Realms? I'm kind of curious.
Help the wrong person steal the wrong thing. We didn't mean to...
Okay, here's another...
The greatest evil the world has ever known.
So, let me take us back a little bit. So, a little bit further. Come on. Seriously? No. Doesn't want to give me exactly what I want. But these guys look like they have tattooed bald heads, which might not mean a lot to you unless you're a D&D player from the Forgotten Realms, because that is sort of the symbol or the style of the Red Wizards of Thay.
No. But we're gonna fix it.
So how do we pull that off?
Figure it out over a drink?
Probably best.
Yep. So they have to go to the bar or the tavern. It's how adventurers think. Definitely in D&D. Totally a trope. It's also very true.
To give us a fighting chance, we're gonna need strength. You got this, right?
I know you don't.
Definitely the barbarian.
We also
Wreaking
need courage,
havoc.
magic.
Okay. I'm gonna stop it there for a sec. So, let's see. Can I actually go back? Sort of. Come on. So this sword is very strange. It's obviously supposed to be a magic sword, because it becomes a dagger and he like shoots off the tip.
Magic.
And this is not a magic spell that I'm familiar with. Maybe it's supposed to be Thunderwave? I would take Thunderwave. It's definitely pushing him back. But it seems to be that it's not that he's like a wizard. It's that he's using a magic helm, which has the spell in it. And Yeah, sends them flying.
And you.
And, for a long way. And totally a druid. Though, owlbears aren't usually something
What is that again?
that a druid
Now
can
that.
become. Definitely, though, a very good take on, druids. So, if you're homebrewing, this is perfectly fine. You can make owlbears something that your druids can, transform into as part of their wild shape. Usually, though, they're limited to beasts, and, that is not a beast. That is a monstrosity. So technically, most druids shouldn't be able to do that. But, I'd allow it. I'd personally allow it.
Be warned.
Okay, and that... I'm not sure what spell that is exactly. Maybe... Dimension Door? I wouldn't think that's a druid spell. But you never know. They could have some sort of magic item. It could also be some sort of, like, pass through earth type spell. I don't think there's currently a pass through earth spell, but older editions definitely had them. So, yeah.
There is evil here.
I'm glad he's on our side.
Maybe the Underdark? Maybe just some runes? Who knows?
This one's dangerous.
And the Mimic. I do like the look of the Mimic.
But whatever
Just gotta
happens,
say. And a gelatinous cube and a displacer beast. They look pretty good. Though, you wouldn't want to jump into a gelatinous cube. They're acid on the inside. They would tear you apart.
we'll be ready.
And that's a chunky boy dragon. Definitely.
What is it exactly that you
But
bring
we
to
can
this?
go with
I'm a
it.
planner. I make plans.
You've already made the plan, so
If the existing plan fails, I make a new plan.
you make plans that fail.
No,
He also plays the lute.
not relevant.
So, obviously, Chris Pratt, who I still think of as the most recent Captain Kirk, is a bard. Totally a bard. Hello, bard. Can I walk that back a step without it being distorted? Yeah, that's about right. Yep, has the lute. He's in the back, doing the good work of giving you something to look at. And supporting from the back lines, because that's what bards do. Not really. They're pretty good support, usually. They're good at investigation, support, lots of things, actually. But yeah, it's hilarious that he's a bard. Totally hilarious. Yeah. So with that, I guess we should talk. Not too much longer. But I want to have hopes for it. So hopefully it's going to be a good movie. Definitely going for the high comedy and high action, which totally the focus of Chris Pine. So I think good things of the attempt. Obviously, definitely hilarious high fantasy take. I'm kind of curious what the setting is going to be. I mean, not everyone is going to care, but I do. So, I'm going to leave it there. I have high hopes. Let's see how they do.